But let me just mention one thing that people often ask me, as I'm sure they do you, well, who are your favorite guests? And I always go to you because the dynamic that you bring to the show, for me, is perfect. You come into the theater and immediately put me on the defensive, and I think the audience also is placed on the defensive. And then we just sort of go from there. And I like that. I mean, it gives the impression that you are prepared, and we know, Lord knows you're a busy man, you're certainly not prepared, no. But it creates the impression that you are, just with this little adjustment of your attitude, and I love it.
How much of the bit with Johnny Carson where I don't want to answer a question that you don't have the slightest interest in hearing, how much of that was real and how much was playing?
Totally a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's always a joke. I would never do anything like that. I mean, you know me. We know each other some. But, you know, I've certainly been on your show over the years, and I'm nothing like that. It's just that, you know, with 500 people sitting there, you know, if we had an obligation right now to get huge laughs, which is what it was on the Tonight Show or David Letterman, it's very hard to come out there and have the kind of easy, amiable conversation, real conversation that you and I have. So you almost have to instantly, what I feel, is get something going. Because I mean, if David had asked me, you know, perfectly good conversational, hopefully fun stuff that you and I are talking about, the demand there is different. It's almost like you have to have the equivalent of jumping through a ring of fire.
Right. There is a motivation to get laughs, to involve the audience.
You're following like a circus with people running through the audience handing out hams or something, you know, literally. And, I mean, huge visual stuff. So the only thing I can do is come on, you know, very, very angry about something that just happened backstage. And, of course, with my acting background, everyone thought something bad did happen backstage. And so the people that really got it the best were Johnny and David. Yeah, and they knew it was all a joke. But a lot of the audience, including friends of mine, would go, oh, wow, why is he's not even like that in life. Why is he so unpleasant? You know, it's all a joke.
This better be good.
This is good.
This is very good.
How's that, Mr. Grodin? How's that look?
Throw some mascara up there, will you, Blondie?
Mascara. I'm sorry, I'm out of mascara.
You're out of mascara?
Sorry. You know your friendliness campaign? It's so wonderful. It's such a
You're out of mascara?
Yeah. Helps people get along, like each other.
Is that your coffee cup on my friendly pamphlets?
Yes.
What are you, crazy? It's like a zoo in here. Where's the producer? Where's the producer? What is this, late night? Late night. You people ought to be on at 4:45 to 5:15. They're out of mascara in there. They put coffee on my pamphlets. Why don't you work more on producing the show and less on your permanent? Hey, there's not supposed to be anybody in here. Out of here. Clear this green room. Come on, move it, move it. Take these friendly pamphlets. Come on, read these. You can read, can't you? Come on, old timer, move it. Out of here. Out of here. Come on, come on.
Which way they go, don't we?
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Hi, welcome back to the show. And once again, our thanks to Mrs. Nelson out there in Loomis, Nebraska. Charles Grodin is a very popular actor whose film credits include The Heartbreak Kid, Real Life, Heaven Can Wait, and Seems Like Old Times. He is also a writer, a producer, a director, a member of the Porkettes, and despite what we say or do on this program, a very nice guy. Please welcome Mr. Charles Grodin. You brought cushions there,
well, huh? As I see the show on television, you're, look, if I didn't have these cushions, I'd be here, right?
Yeah.
So I have these cushions.
Oh, I see.
You get the feeling you're scolding your guest at the lower level.
Oh, really?
So I feel better like this.
Well, now you look enormous.
Yes, that's the idea.
Heavens, I feel so insecure suddenly.
Yeah, well, that's how people feel who are on the lower
Are you comfortable
position.
sitting on those?
I'm fine now. Let me just offer one suggestion, you know, of a talk show veteran that I am. Over your left shoulder, if you take a shot just of David here, you'll see a dog. You see that dog on the wall?
I see the dog.
I suggest you don't have a dog behind you when you're hosting a show.
Really?
It just puts thoughts in people's minds.
Well, that's interesting.
Just
what is the nature of the thoughts placed in your mind?
The show is a dog, or you look at it, or you look at an animal. I mean, these are just the type of thoughts that you could have. Or people like to look at animals.
Yeah.
And,
you find that distracting, actually?
It was to me. I just looked at the animal. What was the opening about?
No,
I found it distracting. I would not like to have an animal behind me, or even with me.
Oh,
Just a suggestion. You don't want to deal with it now, but
well, maybe we do. If you want to go backstage, I'll deal with the dog here. We'll solve that problem. You can come out later.
Maybe take it down and put up nothing. Just leave nothing there.
Well, that's one of my dogs.
No, seriously, is it?
That's Stan.
That's your dog, Stan?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to congratulate you on the show. And tell you that this is serious. I want to tell you something that happened the other day. I went to a dinner party.
Yeah.
This is not funny, but it's true.
Okay.
And the hostess was talking about you in excess, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She talked about you. She thought you were like real cute, adorable, funny. And the host, after about 20 minutes of this, really was getting irritated.
Yeah.
And he, after about a half an hour, I'm serious, it actually happened like this. After about a half an hour dinner party of about 12 people, he called her a bad word.
What?
He called her... Then, she continued. This is completely true.
Have anything to do with a dog?
No. Completely true. 30 minutes later, she was still doing this. David Letterman is the cutest, he's the funniest, he's the best. You know, I didn't really like it myself, but I wasn't saying anything. You know. But the host then called her an even worse word. Didn't stop her. And she ended the evening by saying if she could just see you, and two things she wanted to do for her day would make her day. See you and read the National Enquirer. That's true. I mean, that's just the point. I don't know what that does for you, but it's better than the dog comment.
That would make her a happy woman, huh?
That's what she said.
Whoa,
now, so what I'm doing with you in my friendliness plan here is to start like with the criticism of your set.
Yeah.
And bring you up
then
to
you built me up a little bit.
Built you up to, you know, people like you as much as the Enquirer.
We've done a fine job of it, Charles. I appreciate that. We're going to interrupt here, but we'll continue. More with Charles Grodin. Charles Grodin is here, fine actor, and we at the beginning of the show we made reference to your Let's Be Friendly
Well, you know,
campaign.
they called me up when they saw that I was going to be on the show and asked me how I would feel about doing what they call a cold opening.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with the term?
I've heard some people around the office use it. Yeah.
And they wanted me, they said, would you come in and blow up and get very angry?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the comedy opening. And I said I wanted to think about it because I didn't think being unfriendly was going to be funny, which I don't think it was.
No, I thought it was funny.
Was it?
I found it amusing.
Did you? Well, I think last night, actually, now that you mention it, you were interviewing a fellow who almost, who did die, right?
Yes, he did die. Not while I was talking to him, but a couple of months ago. He died, and he's fine now.
So you said to him at some point, so you were dead, right?
Yes.
Like, for the single best sensitive remark or talk show host. So you would probably find that opening funny.
I found it funny.
Yeah.
Well, he was dead. He knows he was dead.
And you were just reminding him and the audience that for anybody who tuned in late, I'm sitting here talking to a person who was dead, and he's sitting here. Right. He's sitting here. Anyway, the unfriendly thing is the reason I said I would do it is to show people that unfriendliness really is stupid. But now it turns out it can be stupid and funny. But nobody wants to be
stupid.
Yeah, even if you're funny.
But now, explain the genesis of your campaign to make folks friendly.
Oh, I became aware sometimes in the last several years that how I was feeling had a lot to do with how people were treating me. Seems like an obvious idea, so I got together with Carol Burnett, and we went around to various shows and started to talk about the idea of how we treat each other. For example, are you treated the way you'd like to be treated? I mean, because you seem like mildly upset to me sometimes.
I'm mildly upset most of the time.
Is that because of the way you're treated in life, or something that happened a long time ago?
I'll go along with you on this. I guess that's the way I appear, and that's the way people treat me in return.
And so you're kind of mean would be like too strong a word.
I don't see myself as being mean. I guess others might use that word.
Yeah. See, I think you come off like a. But I think that
I'm sorry.
people.
I'm sorry. I come off like a.
And he called her a.
Oh, one of those deals. Yeah.
No. The one thing that if I could say one thing and then get off it, because you don't want to talk about friendliness too much on with a late night audience.
You don't.
No. No, late night audience are not interested in that subject, I found. In
they
fact, people generally are not interested in this subject. And your rating on a show that comes on in this hour is like a real single digit, a low single digit to start with, right? I mean, it is. It's the nature of the time slot. It really is. I hosted the Tomorrow Show. I had one of those weeny teeny little figures. They give you like a 2 or something, you know. So you don't want to hurt it further with this, but
gee, Charles, we really don't have much time for all of this friendliness, but we'll pause and we'll come back and continue. Charles Grodin is here. We've replaced that ugly eyesore, Charles.
Right. That's my new picture. I'm not in a new picture. That is my new picture.
I like that. Yeah, that's nice.
You always want to make reference to a picture when you come on a talk show.
Yeah. You know, can I ask you a question about a picture? I asked you this once before. Did you actually see Sybil Shepherd undressed?
What, you're going to old questions you asked me that worked in the past?
Well, I don't think that we ever got a definitive answer, and it's the kind of thing that recurs and haunts me.
No, I'll tell you something that did happen. I ran into David Steinberg at a gathering, and he said, gee, you were so good when you were on with me at the Tonight Show. I said, hey, you asked me if I ever saw Sybil Shepherd naked, and with a question like that, I mean, it's a great question for a host to ask. And I walked away, forgetting that you asked me that question and not David Steinberg. The answer to your question is, what was the question?
About seeing Sybil Shepherd undressed in The Heartbreak Kid.
You mean, have I ever seen Sybil Shepherd naked? Is that the question?
Have you ever seen David Steinberg naked?
Have you ever seen David Steinberg naked between us?
Who hasn't? They're curious. A burst of applause there.
I've seen David naked.
Well, good. I'm glad. Now, you mentioned a motion picture. Have you a new offering we can look forward to?
Just that back there.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate you coming on here tonight and helping us out with our cushions and our set.
I appreciate it, and next time I hope.
Will you come back? You implied that there would be a next time.
You mean what I just said just now?
Yeah. Will you come back?
I don't think it necessarily implies that there would be a next time.
Oh, darn. Well, we'll negotiate this over. Charles Grodin, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be right back. My next guest is a versatile and very busy person. He has just put together a one-man show that he has written and starred in. I'm sorry, is that the same one? He has just put together a one-man show, semicolon. He's written and starred in a TV special with Marlo Thomas, semicolon, and he'll be appearing in drag, dash, dash, in Charlie's Aunt. Welcome, please, Charles Grodin. Nice to see you. Have a seat. You know, you're one of my favorite actors, and I'm glad you're back on the show tonight. It's been a long time since we've seen you. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Is that written somewhere?
No, it's the truth. No, I've always enjoyed your work.
Why do you stumble over those that introduction that way?
We don't rehearse.
Well, your chair is on the level of my chair this time. The last
right.
time I did the show in February, we were way up here.
That's right. We
And
were.
I suggested that you don't, but you must have changed that. This is the way it was a couple of nights ago. You were bigger then. Did you come down because you knew I was going to?
No, this is pretty much the way it's been since.
Not since February. The last time this chair was very low, and you were way up here, and people like Jimmy Cagney wouldn't come on the show.
That's right. That's right. We had trouble getting Cagney and a few others
That's right. Well,
for that reason.
This is much
yeah.
nicer. You still have your dog back there.
We still
which
have the dogs, yeah.
Which I thought was not a great idea.
Not a good idea. No, you thought there it is, right over there. You objected to that shot, as I recall.
You know.
Yeah. Let me ask you about the day. You had a day in your honor in your hometown, didn't you? Not you, but they threw one for you.
Well, I went back to do a one-man show at an evening of humor, and I'm from Pittsburgh.
Right.
And they made it a Charles Grodin Day in Pittsburgh for that day.
Yeah.
Which sounds wonderful. It's not the way you think it is. If you're if the Hostages or Lindbergh or people like that, then they give you a day, and it's an authentic. Please, I'm talking. Don't laugh. No, this is really the way this happened, and it struck me because so often when you see things about people, you think, isn't that something? The guy goes back, they give him a day.
It sounds delightful.
What happened was that the people who were producing the show, not the mayor's office, but the people that were producing the show called me and said, how would you feel about having a day, your day, we'll make it Charles Grodin Day, publicize the one-man show? I said that would be, that's okay. You comfortable with that? I said, yeah, that's fine. And then for the next 3 or 4 weeks, when I would be talking to the producer, they never mentioned this day again, my day, And once they've introduced it, now you feel like they suggested, and people said, no, I'm not going to give him a day, And so after a while, you're forced into a situation of saying to somebody you don't know on the phone, by the way, anything new on my day?
So did it?
Yeah, it came through, but I had to ask about 3 or 4 times, and they finally did do it. You go to the mayor's office, and they give you a thing, you get photographed and everything.
Was there a big function in the heart of the city?
No, nothing. No, you just go to the office, they give you a certificate, they take a picture. A lady that lived on the street where I grew up showed up, a gray-haired lady, and people thought it was my mother, and so she got a big fuss made over her.
But it wasn't Mom.
No, it wasn't my mother.
Yeah. Now, Pittsburgh is a big industrial center, and I just did the steel workers really turn out for this?
No, they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Was this a psychological kind of defeat for you?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. How was the one-man show, though?
It was very successful. The people that I guess knew me. I don't know that I have much of a following, but I don't know what my following is. But the people that came enjoyed it. It was very successful.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on and do it at colleges and maybe here sometime.
That's good. How long a show can folks look forward to when they come to see
Well,
it?
that was an hour and 20 minutes.
That's exciting. Is
You
there
think so?
Yeah, I think so. That you could provide an hour and 20 minutes of entertainment for people is very impressive.
Yeah, I felt it was too.
Yeah. This is not an ice show or anything, is it?
No, there's no ice in it whatsoever.
But Chuck Grodin on ice might be a good thing, though.
Maybe.
If you wanted to branch out. Now, we sort of touched on this every time I talk to you, but you've had love scenes with some of the great, beautiful, and talented actresses, as they say, of our time. Name some of them. I have it right here. I have it right here. Sybil Shepherd, we know. Candice Bergen, Goldie Hawn, Farrah Fawcett. You've had love scenes with all of these women, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
What was that like?
With those women or just love scenes?
Just love scenes, and if you have specifics to substantiate your theme, feel free to include them.
Love scenes for me are the most difficult scenes to do in the movies. Mostly, and I'm serious about this, I don't know where to put my valuables. Because, I'm serious. You come to a studio and you have your wallet and your watch and your keys and whatever you're carrying. And normally what I do is I just take them out of my street clothes and I put them into the clothes of the costume. In my case, whatever I'm wearing. But in a love scene, you can't do that. You don't have, pockets. You're in your pajamas or less often.
Really?
Yeah.
You've actually worked in less than, say...
Pajamas.
pajamas. Yeah.
So you can't, what they say to do, and people don't have this problem, but I do. I don't like to take my valuables and hand them over to someone that I don't know.
Right.
They say, give them to us, we'll lock them away in the chest, the prop man usually, you know, but I don't do that. What I do is I take them with me, just hold them with me in my hand onto the set, you know, in my pajamas, and I scout the set and look for a place to put them where I can watch them while I'm in the bed with the girl.
Yeah. Isn't this a miserable distraction?
It's very, that's why the love scenes are difficult for me. It is distracting.
Yeah.
And I think that it's definitely, for me, I am slightly distracted. If you ever see me in bed in a love scene in the movies, I don't really throw myself into it the way, say, maybe Burt Reynolds or one of those guys.
Yeah.
I've always got one eye on the bureau.
Yeah. Make sure your comb and your personal belongings and car keys and so forth.
It's distracting.
Yeah. Boy. Now, what do these women do with their valuables?
I don't think everybody has this problem. I think a lot of people just say, here, lock it up. But I personally, you know, I'd have to know someone a long time before I'd say, here.
That's right. Now, when you say valuables, what are we talking about in value?
I'm talking about sometimes, you know, hundreds of dollars, rings, watches, you know, valuables.
Yeah, so you don't want to lose that.
I don't even want to lose my comb because I'm very personally attached to everything I have.
Yeah. Gee, that'll be interesting now when we see you in a film, in a love scene, and we see your eyes kind of dark.
I don't get offered that many parts that call for me to be in love scenes anymore. I think I've hurt myself with this.
Well, now that people understand, you know, if there was a problem, I'm not saying that there was, but now that they understand, you know.
Well, they'll understand, but, you know, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I appreciate you coming back here again, and I'm glad everything is to your liking with the exception of the pictures, but please come back.
That's all right. You're doing great, and I like this relationship.
We're having fun.
And you look good. You look well.
Well, you look good, you know. And,
you've had a successful year, and here we are at the end of the year.
That's
right. Congratulations.
Same to you.
The show was funny.
The one-man show, Chuck Grodin, coming to your town soon. Look for it. Thank you very much, Charles. We'll be back with Marv Albert. Thank you.
But it was all a bit, but a lot of the stuff that I would do there, even to this day, I mean, one time the idea was that I would come on, but he wasn't able to be there because he had to stay home because the cable people were coming, and he had the afternoon appointment, and they hadn't showed up, so he was still there. In fact, he was in his office, and that was the bit. So I come in, he's not there. I look over, I say, you know, what's going on? I hear him on a speaker. Sorry, I'm in my home. I had an appointment. I said, you know, I could have had an appointment too, but I was supposed to be here, and I came here. You can't just cancel an appearance like, you know. And there was so much mail saying, why couldn't I have been more gracious about that he had to be home with
How much?
Welcome back. Obviously still in the house, and I'm telling you, the second the cable guy shows up, we get the cable back to the studio, and in the meantime, I'm very excited about tonight's show. Linda Ronstadt is here, comedian Jerry Seinfeld, and my first guest. This gentleman has been with us a couple of times previously, and, well, he's back here tonight. We're not actually here. He's in the studio. I'm here in my own home. In fact, I'm not even sure I'd have him to my home. No, I would. My next guest is a very funny writer. He's also an actor and a director, and as I pointed out, making a return visit to this program. A show in which he starred, Charlie's Aunt, famous play, has just been nominated for an ace. We're delighted to have him with us tonight. Please welcome Charles Grodin. Charles. Charles. Go ahead and have a seat there, Charles, if you will. Charles, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, gee, I wish someone had mentioned you weren't going to be here. It's it's awkward to come out and do a talk show in front of millions of people, and to sit out here by yourself is really...
Well, I appreciate you coming, and just keep your hands off my belongings, if you will. Charles, now, first of all, Charles, do you yourself have cable?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Could you speak up a little bit?
I'm sorry. I say, do you have cable?
I do, yes.
Yeah, well, I've covered that, I guess. And do you enjoy it?
What?
I say, do you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah, I love cable.
Yeah. Now, this Charlie's Aunt that you just did, that was for cable concern, wasn't it?
That was for cable.
Yeah. And it won you a nomination for an ACE?
ACE, that's like Emmys, or that's the cable awards are called the ACE Awards. Yes.
What does that mean, the ACE? What is that, do you know?
Best show, you know, like whatever, a Tony or an Oscar or an Emmy or something like. How you doing?
But I mean, the ACE itself, ACE, does that mean anything?
I don't know, that's just the name of the award.
Yeah. All right.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Are you talking to me, Charles?
No. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Indiana. Is Charles talking to me?
The blonde lady in the third row, actually.
Oh.
Where are you from? I'm sorry. No.
All right. I'll tell you what. During the commercial, you can
They
go
look
up there.
familiar, that's all. What, David?
Yeah, during the commercial, you can go up there and mingle with the audience and
right.
Whatever you want. Now,
I'll be finished here in about 10 minutes.
maybe not that long, Charles. Now, in Charlie's Aunt, you had to wear a dress, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now, was that an interesting experience for you?
No more than usual.
What was it like performing in women's wear?
Same as just putting on a dress and going out for the evening.
And was it a difficult role for you?
When you said you wouldn't have me to your house, that was a joke, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Just a little preoccupied. I want to just clear my mind before we go on with this. That's your sense of humor, right?
That was a joke. Now, Charles, you mentioned my house. Let me ask you something about your house. I have a quote here from Paul Simon, an acquaintance, friend, peer of yours. Paul Simon once said that your unflamboyant lifestyle is the clearest manifestation of a neuroses. Now, he's talking about your apartment there. Do you have any response to that?
Well, that's your apartment, right, we're looking at now?
Yes, this is my home, actually. It's
There are places there's something like that. You know, Paul Simon is a kind of like a, like a party hat and a tutor guy, like, those things, you blow them out and they come back. He does that a lot. So to him, the way I live is, like, not flamboyant enough, but I consider it fine.
Well, how do you live, if you had to describe your life?
I've got a chair and a table and a bed.
Just a minute. Is that the guy? No? Okay. Bob.
That's your cable guy?
No, that's, I think that's Stan eating a neighbor child, but it's okay. He's had most of his shots, so don't worry. Anyway, Charles, now tell me about your lifestyle again. What kind of a place do you have?
Why are you there again? What are you doing there? You're waiting for the cable man to come?
That's right.
You know, I had cleaning to pick up tonight, too. I could have been somewhere.
No, now, Charles, we can get somebody to pick the cleaning up for you. Now tell me about the kind of life you lead.
No, there's nothing there. I'm just a regular person with a regular life. I mean, I'm not going to tell you things about my life any more than you're going to tell me things about your life,
Do you see a lot of women?
No, I'm married.
Well, see, we didn't know that. How long have you been married?
2 months.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Charles, are you really married, or did you do that for the cheap applause?
I'm really married.
Well, good. I'm glad. Now, tell me about your grandfather. Was it your great-great-grandfather that helped write the Gettysburg Address?
That's right. Yes, he did. Abraham Grodin.
And well, tell us how that happened. Was he a friend of Lincoln's?
He was an associate of Lincoln. They had a falling out because my grandfather was a very aggressive guy, and whenever he was around, he kind of took took the position. If he'd be with Lincoln and something, hey, Abe, you know, he would always turn around, and Lincoln kind of got fed up with him, and he wanted to say he didn't like 77 years ago. That was Lincoln's idea, and his point was that 100 years after the speech was given, nobody would know what 80 meant,
right.
Which I think is the case. Do you know what 80 means? How long that is? See, my grandfather was right, and
well, I know, Charles.
He wanted to say 87 years ago, and they had their falling out, and
that was it?
He used to use the word stupid a lot. He called Lincoln stupid. You're stupid. With a Y, you know, S-T-Y-U-P-I-D.
So they just got on one another's nerves.
You would have gone on well with him, actually. So.
What did he do after his affiliation with Lincoln ended?
He had a talk show.
Apparently it was the Dumont Network, I'm guessing, wasn't it?
That's right.
Now, Charles, I know you're a busy man. You're going to Los Angeles in the next couple of days. Tell the folks what the next project we can see you featured in will be.
Well, I'll be with Steve Martin at Christmas, a picture called The Lonely Guy. And then a picture with Gene Wilder, then a picture of my own called Dreamers.
Dreamers. Now, a picture of your own, you mean?
That I wrote.
You wrote it?
Yeah.
You are a very good writer. We mentioned earlier before the show, you were telling people at the office about the Marlo Thomas show that you were on recently.
Right.
And that was completely written by you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it turned out very nice.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap this up, Charles?
Yes. I think I should be paid more money for doing the show.
Charles, I agree.
Without you here, you know, it's not a way, you know, this is like one-on-one without the other one.
Yeah.
And that was canceled, you know.
Charles, I appreciate you putting up under less than perfect ideal circumstances.
Well, thank you, you know, and it's worth waiting for, the cable, and I think you've made the right decision.
Thank you very much, Charles. We'll try to get your laundry picked up. Charles Grodin, ladies and gentlemen. The second the cable guy shows up, I'll be there. We'll be right back.
Our first guest tonight is a very talented actor, probably has a star of his own on the Walk of Fame. He's also a writer and a director. His latest film is called Movers and Shakers, and it will be opening March 22nd. We're always delighted to have him on the show. Please welcome Charles Grodin.
Hi, Charles. How are you? Nice to see you again. Right over here.
You know, you are, I don't know if I said this the last time you were on the show, but you're one of my favorite actors. I enjoy seeing you in anything. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but you always bring so much more to the role. I think you're very talented, and I'm glad you're here.
Thank you very much.
Now, are you on the Walk of Fame out there in California?
I don't understand why Tony Martin and Gene Autry are down there a total of 8 times between the two of them. Larry Bud Melman and I. And you, for that matter, are not on even once between the 3 of us.
See, I think you could be on, though. You're a major motion picture star. They would be happy to have you.
Let's call that woman back.
Oh, I don't think so. Maybe upstairs afterward.
I'll tell you what. This actually happened. I haven't been on television for some time because I've been working on.
Very busy. Movers and Shakers.
Right.
Yeah. Directing it, aren't you?
No.
Starring in it.
Well, with a number of other people, yes.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Who's a bigger star in this movie than you?
Walter Matthau's in it, and you're my kind of host.
Walter Matthau. Who else?
Well, starring in the picture, Vince Gardenia, Tyne Daly, Gilda Radner, Bill Macy. Steve Martin plays a cameo. Penny Marshall plays a cameo.
It's a good cast, but you're the star.
Well, thank you very much.
Now. So what were you going to say?
I was going to say that I haven't been out of the house, actually, too much lately for reasons that probably wouldn't be appropriate to go into here.
Let's hear them. I hope it wasn't illness.
No,
you look good.
No, I look good and I feel good. I just haven't been. I've been really focusing a lot on this picture, and this is really fun compared to some other things. And
Well, now, like what? Compared to what other thing?
life.
Well, this is life.
Well, this isn't really life. This is usually coming on a talk show, which I've been doing for about 12 or 13 years. It's always the most stressful time I found in the past. But today I realize that it's the best time for me compared to...
Sitting in your room working on this film.
Or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, life itself.
Has there been something awful happen to you in the last few months? Is that what...
Well, it's nice because there's lights and there's people and there's it's a warm atmosphere.
Yeah.
You begin to appreciate it more when you're out there in the cold. When you said that Larry Bud Melman had brought a lot of joy in a sad world,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. It is true,
Yeah.
and that's why the audience applauded when you said it.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be here with you and Larry Bud and the audience. And what I started to say was that I was walking through the what do you call it, the lobby, the main floor, to come in here, and there were a whole lot of people lined up, I guess, to see this show. And as I walked through...
What do you mean, you guess? They're not waiting to see Live at 5. Of course they're lined up.
Was
to
this
see-
show?
Yeah, it was this
It was
show.
this show.
I guess the nightly news with
Right.
Tom
Well,
Brokaw. They don't have a studio audience up there.
I'm not as familiar with the
Yeah.
what's going
Okay.
on here as
All
you
right.
are, but as I walked through the lobby, people began to applaud, and it was a very warm feeling, because when you haven't been out that much, it felt great. And I
Yeah.
turned around to smile, and they weren't applauding me. There was a duck in a tuxedo walking by, and they were applauding the duck. But for the moment that I thought they were applauding me, it was a lovely, lovely moment.
Yeah. Where do you suppose the duck was going?
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going, so I really don't know where.
Now-
Or like what you did, you tell a joke, it doesn't work, you
I couldn't-
apologize,
yeah.
and so
Try
perhaps
it
we
again.
should all come out here and apologize up front for anything that's not funny, and then we're clear.
Yeah. Well, if we start doing that, we got our hands full. You know, it's an all-day job. Now, let me talk about the Academy Award nominations. Are they in? Are you're eligible for an Academy Award this year?
Well, I'm
aren't you?
eligible.
Yeah.
I am eligible.
For
yeah.
Lady in Red.
Woman in Red.
Woman in Red.
Woman in Red,
And what do you think? How many nominations have you had in your career?
Academy Award nominations? None.
But you could have been.
could have been.
Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah.
Probably should have had one there. What about The Heartbreak Kid?
I could have been.
That was a great movie, a great part.
Yeah, well, you don't really think about these things until people start to say, like Larry Budd, I don't think 2 weeks ago was thinking about having his name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And now you've put this into his head, and if he doesn't get it, it's going to be an
kill him.
upsetting
Yeah.
thing. Well, it's the same thing with the Academy Awards. Well, you don't wake up in the morning and wonder if you're going to be nominated for an Academy Award, but when people talk about you for it, as they did with The Heartbreak Kid or Heaven Can Wait for a couple of things, and a couple of the others I talked about myself for, and it doesn't happen, then you feel so now it's The Woman in Red. And,
Woman in Red.
And you don't, it's like Mel Brooks said, you hope for the best, expect the worst.
Yeah. But you think you have a better chance with this one this time?
No.
No. Now, is this going to bother you if it doesn't come to pass?
It might.
Yeah.
It might now. It never has in the past, but when have they ever asked you to host the Academy Awards? Have they?
No, they don't.
But if people have been talking about why isn't David Letterman hosting the Academy Awards? Why isn't this man hosting the? Why is it
Oh, I
always
see what
Johnny
you mean.
Carson?
Yeah, then you start.
Then suddenly, and you're not asked. Then you suddenly say, "Yeah, a lot of people felt I should have been hosting the Academy." Well, that's the same thing with the Academy Awards.
You can get a little.
You got to
pouty.
start to think. Wait a minute. People are saying this guy should be nominated for this or for that or for this, and then you start to think about it. I don't know if you get pouty. Did you say pouty?
Pouty. I said pouty.
Pouty. Yeah. I hope that I don't get pouty. Petulant.
Oh, petulant.
Maybe a little petulant. No, I take it all in good spirit. But I hope. But it'll be nice.
It would be great.
Did you ever as a kid play sports? And they do a pickup game, and there's like 10 guys standing there, and they'll say, "I'll take Fred. I'll take Bill. I'll take Tom. I'll take Al. I'll take." And you're waiting for somebody to take Dave.
Yep.
And they don't quite get to Dave until the end.
Yep.
Well, that's what it's like. If they finally get to Dave, you're very grateful to be nominated or picked for anything. Once the game exists, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I
apologize for that.
I hope you get a nomination. That'd be really nice for you.
Well, I appreciate that. And you actually did get a nomination, and I think won an Emmy Award, didn't you?
Award, yeah.
An Emmy
Yeah,
Award.
but
I heard my name mentioned. I think I was on one of the shows.
Oh,
you were
that's right.
nominated
I
for.
think you were involved in one of them.
Yeah,
that's
I was,
right.
and that was quite thrilling
And
in and of itself, as they say in the trade.
Yeah, we were very grateful for your
I
participation.
was grateful to be included.
Let me do a commercial, and then we'll be back, Charles. All right, we'll be right back with Charles. Charles, let me...
You see, now during the commercial break, Jerry Mulligan from your staff came over to me and he said, very nice. And that's why it's nice to be here. I can go like a long period of time in life before anybody comes over to me and whispers in my ear, very nice. That's the whole point of being on a show like this.
You keep bringing something up. Now, something has gone wrong, hasn't it? There's something wrong with your life.
Look, when I started doing this in around 1973, actually with Johnny Carson, I said it then, and I still feel it now. There's nothing like being on a show like this. There's no orchestra in my apartment.
Yeah.
There's no audience, and there's nobody saying very nice every 10 minutes. It's a tremendous thing to be on a show
well, now,
like this.
What about your friends and loved ones?
Well, my friends and loved ones are great, but, you know, they're not saying very nice, very nice, very nice, you know.
No, but there are other forms of very nice, like good to see you, Charles. Can you come over and watch the Super Bowl? That's another way of saying very nice.
I watch the Super Bowl alone.
Well, maybe that's not
what
a
I
real
mean
good
is
example,
that you need more love in the world. You need people to tap you on the shoulder and say very nice. I just did it to you, actually, coincidentally, during the... I said that joke about not too close to somebody on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that made you feel very good.
Yeah, I did. I felt,
yeah. And it's true, because you feel it. So it's just in situations like this, you just come up with the very nices more in the audiences. We're all here to, like, enjoy ourselves, which is not always the case of where we are.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Now...
In other words, what I'm trying to say is that as time goes by, you appreciate warmth and kindness more. That's what I'm really trying to say.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
No, but it's true.
But it's deep.
Now, you know what I notice? Sometimes I'll travel around the country, and I'll find that at certain parts of the country, people are much friendlier than they may be here in New York City. Because not that there's anything wrong with the folks here in New York City, but they just I guess it's because it's a smaller community. They have a little more time,
less stress and less pressure on people.
And I find that very comforting.
That's right. That's
it's just like being a small child again when everything is pretty much taken care of for you.
And ultimately, comfort gets to be one of the things it's mainly about. You start to find.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're under. For example, we're under lights. Lights feel good. Lights feel good. Feels good to be under lights. Warming to be under lights is what I'm trying to say.
You're sleeping in the park again, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
A little bit.
Now, Charles, let me ask you a question about your craft. By the way, I love it when somebody refers to acting as their craft.
Sounds like food services.
Yeah. Do you have any secrets for you've succeeded and sustained for a long period of time? Do you have any secrets of longevity people might?
I was struck the other day. Clayton Moore, who had played the Lone Ranger for his whole life, is now 70 years old.
That's right.
And a couple of years ago, they ruled that he had to give up the mask, take off the mask, and give it to a younger man that the sponsor had chosen to wear the mask, and Clayton Moore, quite understandably, was upset by this. And then about a week ago, the court overruled that decision, and Clayton Moore now can wear the mask. And people identify with the concept of wearing the mask because we'd all like to keep our masks. And he said that he was never going to take off that mask as long as he lived. And that meant that wherever he went, I mean, he was actually wearing a pair of dark wraparound sunglasses in the interim before they said he could wear the mask. And he's back into that. Now, that's tenacity. That's what I'm trying to say.
He has outlasted adversity.
Yes, and longevity is based on tenacity. You have to hang in there, and if they take away your mask, appeal to a higher court.
That's right.
Until they give you back your mask. And then you get it back, you put it on, you don't take it off.
Right.
And that's one of the ways you stay in. And another way you stay in is recognizing, recognizing how hard show business really is. Too many young people, my daughter's now going into this don't realize that it is a very difficult thing. It's a profession of very strong enthusiasms that are very short-lived. Mm-hmm. So people can say you're wonderful, and maybe not take your call 2 days later.
Sure.
And if you understand that, it helps. I had my first job in show business. I worked 16 hours a day, and I paid $15 a week to do that. This is true, in 1955.
What kind of job was that?
It was an apprentice in an acting company. Yeah. And I shared there were 6 cots in a garage, and my cot, it was a mattress. You would have thought there was a dead rat in there. And I complained so much that they took the mattress apart, and there was a dead rat in there.
But it was show business.
It was show business.
That's
but
right.
what I'm trying to say is that that's what it's really like for everybody.
Right.
People are disappointed
Don't
constantly.
give it up. And it could happen at any time. You could put in 40 years, nothing happened the next day, boom, you're a star.
That's true, too.
Movers and Shakers. This will be released nationally, I guess, March 22nd.
That's right.
Another fine Charles Grodin film.
Well, it's the first movie I've written and co-produced, and spent 7 years, actually, trying to get it on, and finally did get it on.
And good luck with the nomination. That'd be nice for you. Nice to see you again,
Certainly
Charles.
would. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We'll be right back. We have to pause here for station identification. My next guest is best known as an actor. He is also a talented writer, producer, and director. His latest film is called Movers and Shakers, and it will open this Friday here in New York City. Please welcome the multi-talented, multifaceted Mr. Charles Grodin.
Charles, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back.
I wasn't standing for the applause. I was standing to get a good dose of argon gas. Great. Love to work in argon gas. Only show you can work in gas.
You know, every time you're on the show, I always like to start out by saying I think you're just terrific. One of the best actors and comedic actors that's ever in films and stuff. And I just like to get that out of the way. So regardless of what happens from here on, you know that I respect your work and your ability.
What is going to happen?
Well, you never know. You never know. Now, tell me about the movie. The last time you were here, you were talking about raising money for it. Took a long time to get the money together. You're directing it?
No, I didn't direct it.
Okay, you wrote it?
Yeah.
You produced it?
Co-produced it. And I starred in it.
You starred in it? Now, this is quite an accomplishment. This is...
Yeah, it took 7 years to get it made. I didn't realize it's evidently considered an attack on Hollywood, and of course it was in Hollywood that I was trying to get the money, and I didn't realize this. It's like coming to you and trying to get you to finance an attack on a talk show host named David Letterman.
Right.
You know, that's really what happened, and I was so naive. I kept saying, why don't they want to make this? You know.
Now, is it an attack? Is it
evidently
really?
It is an attack. I didn't mean it. I meant it to be a comedy. But if you make a comedy about anything, evidently it ends up being an attack.
Now, is it a funny comedy?
It's a funny comedy. In fact, after 7 years, just before I left to come down here, I got the first review, and it was great. It said it was funny and accurate enough to be put in a time capsule. So that's the first review.
Oh, good. Well, congratulations. Who's in the film?
Walter Matthau and Vincent Gardenia and Tyne Daly, Bill Macy, Gilda Radner, Steve Martin.
So it's excellent
Penny
cast.
Marshall.
Now, this must have cost you a lot of money right there with this
Most
cast.
everybody in the picture worked for nothing because...
they believed in you so much in the script?
Well, they knew it was taking me a long time to get it made, and a picture like this is hard to get made because it's an adult comedy. In a sense, it's not broad slapstick comedy.
Right.
It's more of a, you know... And it
a
is
little more cerebral, say, than like a Porky's or something.
Yeah, a little more than that. That's right.
Although I loved your work in Porky's. Don't get me wrong there.
So they got behind it, and we were able to make it for $3.5 million, where it should have cost $10 million, and that's how we got it made. But it was a very, very tough picture to get made.
Yeah.
but here it is.
And you're proud, you're happy, you're excited.
I love the movie.
Now, you know, I haven't seen it. I'm awfully sorry, and I don't know if that is offensive to you that I haven't seen your film and we're on here talking about it, but I didn't get a chance. In fact, I really wasn't invited to see it, so I guess it hasn't opened yet. But I wasn't invited to a screening. So I hope that doesn't bother you. You're not offended.
No, but you did have me follow the argon gas, didn't you? That doesn't offend me at all. Why am I following the gas? No, that doesn't offend me. No.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good, because I don't, you know, like I said at the top of the...
No, I know, as you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, we're going to see a little clip from the film.
Yeah.
We got to do a commercial first.
Yes.
And then we'll see the clip from the movie.
Yes.
We'll be right back with Charles Grodin. Charles Grodin is here, obviously, and we're getting ready to look at about 1 minute and 15 seconds of your new movie, Movers and Shakers, co-produced, written, and starred in by yours truly.
Right. This is a clip. The people in this movie are trying to make a great movie about love, and they're having difficulty doing it, so they decide to get this writer to do it, played by me. And this is where we first see me in the picture. We find out why I'm going to have a hard time writing a great movie about love.
Okay. And watch the monitors here in the studio. At home, use the TV. It's real nice. It looks like a really funny movie.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing that. I hope it does very well for you.
Thank you.
And what's next for you? What are you going on to from here? What's the next big conquest?
I'm actually going to do a movie in Africa and in London, but the person producing the movie doesn't want it announced yet, so I can't tell you.
Well, good luck to you.
It is.
I'd like to. Could I be in a movie with you? You and I? I feel like I want to spend more time with you. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But think about it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
We'll be right back. Charles, good luck to you. I hope the movie is very successful, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. My thanks to Dick Sandhouse and Marv Albert, and, of course, Bachelor of the Month, Dave Schmansky. We'll see you tomorrow night, folks, with Bob Hope. Have a good night. Thank you very much, Rob. Rob? I certainly like the movies that my next guest makes, so I have every reason to believe that his latest, which is called The Last Resort, is okay. Please say hello to the witty and charming Mr. Charles Grodin. My, what an introduction that was. Nice to see you, Charles. Come on over. How you doing?
Does the phrase citizen's arrest mean anything to you?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
That blowing your nose joke.
Oh, that was just a joke.
I've been authorized to make a citizen's arrest here for that one. I know it's a joke. We all say it's just a joke.
Shock
certain
value.
things.
Yeah, you probably never do anything quite that way.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would do a lot of things, but I wouldn't do that.
You're more drawing room, more dry, more reserved.
I had been.
Witty.
I had been up until this latest picture. But even in this latest picture,
The Last Resort?
we don't. Will you stop mentioning that name?
I'm sorry.
Well,
you
Which you
want to
refer
get people
to
out
as
see it.
okay.
Well, that's what it says.
Okay.
Here.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Okay.
The Last Resort is okay.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
How's it doing, by the way? Is it a big hit?
It's the biggest grossing movie in the country.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
That's very impressive.
Wherever it's playing in a couple of cities right now. It's outgrossing every single movie in the country. Do you know why?
No, wait a minute. It's playing in a couple of cities?
Yeah. But it's playing against every movie that's in release right now.
But it's only in 2 cities.
So what?
But, I mean, when you...
what? If you're the best in 2 cities, don't you have reason to believe you'd be the best wherever you go?
Was this film made exclusively for those 2 cities?
No, it's going to open in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Denver on May 9th.
Oh, well, that's...
Detroit, May 16th.
So it opens regionally and then later opens...
Yeah, but it beat every movie in release.
Where is it?
It's in Seattle, which is quite a big city.
It's a big market, yeah.
And another city.
What's the other city it's in?
I'm not at liberty to divulge that.
No, it can't be secret. I mean, people in that city know where it's
very, very big city. A very big city, but it's playing against every movie in America And it seriously outgrossed every picture in America. You know why?
Well, because you're in it and it's fine comedy. But let's get back to this other city.
Because it's sexy, really.
It's sexy.
Yes.
All right. What is the other city it's playing in?
It's playing in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah.
Which has a... See?
And now when it's done playing in either Seattle or Grand Rapids, somebody picks up the film and drives it to...
No, it actually is going to continue to play in Seattle and Grand Rapids.
And then it opens...
And then it opens next Friday night in Los Angeles in 80 theaters, one of them the Egyptian on Hollywood Boulevard, which is 1,300 seats.
See, I don't know anything about film, so you know...
Yeah, obviously you don't, referring to it as okay.
Well, it's just right there. It says
May I ask you a question?
It says I'm sure, it says I have every reason to believe that Last Resort is okay.
I think it's a little better than okay.
Well, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's in 2 cities after all.
You know, it's gonna...
So you must be doing something right.
No, it's quite a funny movie, and not necessarily your cup of tea,
no.
No. Given what I see, you think is funny tonight, but
no.
Other than that, you know...
now, that was, I must say, that was a departure. We just did it because it was so stupid, we thought, well, let's just throw it in there.
Well, there's nothing wrong with stupid, is there?
No, there certainly isn't.
No, you've built your whole career on that, in a way.
Well,
No, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me explain that. They called this new movie Last Resort stupid, too.
Yeah.
They've called it silly. They've called it slight.
Nothing wrong with being silly.
And that's low comedy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, stupid pet tricks are supposed to be stupid,
That's right.
Aren't they?
Exactly.
So no one can say stupid pet tricks are stupid, right? They'd be foolish. They'd be stupid to say that.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah. All right. Now, what were we talking about?
We were talking about The Last Resort.
Oh, The Last Resort, yeah.
But actually, if we could change the subject just
Please
for a
do.
second.
Anything you want to do.
About 2 months ago, and I tried not to do this. I really did, you know, because I try to control myself, but sometimes I can't. And my friend said, don't do this, don't do this. But
yeah.
2 months ago, I was up late, and I happened to be watching your show.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Mary Lou Henner was on.
Yeah.
And I had just done this production of Grown Ups with her in Canada, and she said that she worked with Martin Balsam, Gene Stapleton, and Charles Grodin, and you said, what's it like to work with Charles Grodin?
That's right.
I hope you remember some of this.
No, I don't.
And she said some very, very nice things. And then you said, really? I always had the impression he was a whiner. Now, I would like to know, was that one of your stupid jokes?
No. I think that the persona you project on television programs is somebody who might find...
I don't think so. I really don't. You know, I am a lot of things, but I don't think that you could call me a whiner. I tend to get a little aggressive sometimes, but that's that whiner I would not say, you know. And then I asked my wife about it, and she said, you are a little bit of a whiner.
Well, there you go.
Well, see, I thought that was unfair, though, because you gave credibility to the people who had already been attacking me, and I resented it.
Yeah, but
that was a joke.
Yeah, well, it was a joke, pretty much.
Well, just like the blowing your nose.
Well,
thing.
that was pointless.
Joke,
that was pointless behavior. It was. We did that for. But you do. I like you. I have a lot of respect for you.
Yeah,
and
I
your
have a
work.
lot of respect for you as well.
Okay, we have to do a commercial, and then we'll be back here with Charles Grodin. Back here with Charles Grodin. You know, it occurred to me the other day, and I mentioned this to you once a long time ago. You've really worked with some wonderfully talented and beautiful actresses in your career, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You mentioned Mary Lou Henner, of course,
yes.
Sybil Shepherd,
yeah.
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
List goes on and on and on.
List goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that? Well, that's a stupid question. Of course you enjoy that.
I enjoy it, yeah.
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 Yeah. So, what are your plans for the weekend? I thought maybe I'd throw that up in the air and you'd find something that you liked.
Are you homosexual, Dan?
No, I've mounted a horse, but I'm not gay.
I didn't quite understand the question. What did you mean?
The question was just what was it like exactly to work with these wonderful women?
What could it be like? It was wonderful. I enjoyed it.
But did you find them temperamental?
No, they're very attractive, and I enjoy it. What's the question? Do I enjoy playing love scenes?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to play love scenes. Does it bother me that all the crew is watching when we do a love scene? Is that the next question?
There you go. There you go.
No, it doesn't bother me. I like the crew to watch.
You like them to watch.
Yeah. Why do I like the crew to watch?
Yeah,
because by the time you make a movie, it's about a year before it comes out, and you could say the crew will tell everyone that he was kissing Farrah Fawcett or somebody. You know,
good word of mouth.
Otherwise, no one would believe it.
What was the movie with Farrah Fawcett?
It was called Sunburn.
Sunburn. That's
Sunburn.
right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And what was that about?
It's about sunburn.
Okay. Mr. Grodin's movie Last Resort is playing right now. Studio 28 in Grand Rapids, also Showcase Cinemas in Grand Rapids, Factoria Cinema in Seattle, and also the SRO Grand Cinema in Seattle.
In hundreds of theaters May 9th,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again.
Really?
Thank you for being here. Yeah. We'll be right back, folks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
From the commercial
yes.
on late night.
Yes, we are.
Now here's Dave.
Hi, thank you very much. Oh, God. Yeah. There's 4,000 down the drain. You know, she has her own line of hats, too, this woman, Joan Collins.
Joan, she does?
Yeah, own line of hats, own line of artificial flowers. It goes on and on. She's very greedy, I think, very greedy. She's lucky she's got a gig, you know.
Gee, kind of hard on her, aren't you? Being a little hard on her?
Oh, am I?
Dave?
My first guest this evening is a very funny man who over the years has been in such great movies as The Heartbreak Kid, which here in New York was on last night. We all enjoyed it again. Heaven Can Wait, The Woman in Red, and this week he can be seen on another network in a mini-series entitled Fresno. Always a pleasure to welcome back to this show. Say hello now to Charles Grodin. Charles. Good to see you. How are you? Come on over and have a seat. And don't make trouble.
How you doing? You know who?
Nice to see you.
Two of my, you say that, but you know who two of my closest friends are?
Well, no.
Joan Collins and Lucille Ball.
Now, well...
You know one of my favorite places to hang out as a kid was a damp basement.
Now, have you ever met Joan Collins?
I worked with Joan Collins
in
Acapulco in Mexico in a movie called Sunburn that I did with Joan
Sunburn,
Collins and Farrah Fawcett.
Now, what was she like? She's nuts, isn't she?
She was
she was fat.
She was a fabulous.
A lot of fits?
She was very, very sweet.
No, and they probably couldn't get her to come out of the trailer?
No. It's the exact opposite. No. She was really nice.
Now, here's what I think. Probably a lot of fits.
So she sells some roses, you know.
Yeah, but...
Let me smell that.
Look at that.
Damp basement.
See?
That's a good odor. No, she was as nice as she could be. So she wants to make some money, you know.
Yeah, but there are ways to make money, and then there are ways to make money. I mean, she ought to be on the street selling Kleenex if this is what she's going to do.
She does sell Kleenex.
Yeah.
The people need Kleenex.
Now, Charles, the last time you were here, you were angry at me, weren't you?
Of course.
Now, what was that all about? That was just a little...
Because I'm one of the people that's sent out here when you start attacking everybody. Sometimes you attack me. Sometimes you attack Eva Gabor. Sometimes you attack Joan Collins. Sometimes it's Lucille Ball. Sometimes you kill baby birds. Naturally, a guy like me has to come out here. That's right.
No. See, that wasn't me.
Those were real baby birds. I saw them
coming
back
up there, folks.
Afterwards, you know.
Now,
you can't do this. You can't attack people like that without it, because every so often somebody like me coming up. You're not attacking people? Is that what you're going to say?
No, not usually.
Go ahead. Let me.
We only in self-defense, maybe.
No. Did Joan Collins ever attack you?
Oh yeah, we have a long, ugly, sordid history with Joan Collins.
Lucille Ball really has it in for you.
Well, now, see, was that an attack so much?
What was that?
It was kind of a...
What was that? That was like a pair of false teeth, wasn't it? What was that?
It was a...
What if somebody put up a thing, look, this is David Letterman. It's like a pair of false teeth.
Well, okay, I see your point.
Yeah.
Then I'd be hurt, yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
see, the woman is yeah, here it is. It's a seashell. Thanks, Barbara.
That's Lucy, huh?
Well, it's a joke, Charles.
Do you think Lucy would find that funny?
Well, yes, because she's the first lady of American comedy.
Well, let's ask her. We'll find out. I can find out and tell you if she found it funny. and I'll let you know personally. I'm not going to come on and I'll let you know. We'll just see if she finds this funny.
Well, now do you think it's...
That's Lucille Ball. That's Lucille Ball.
It's just a...
Yeah, right.
It's
right.
just a...
So you don't want to be called on any of this.
It's a lipstick joke, is all it is.
I'm torn, actually.
It's just a lipstick joke.
It's not about Lucy at all.
No, it's
about anybody.
Could have been anybody. Could have been Carol Channing.
Right, right.
I mean, let me just make this worse. But no, we...
She's also very sweet.
Yeah, we met her. We met her, yeah.
No, she's editing for you for years, though, so you're right to go after her.
No, but see, Lucille Ball, we think the world of.
You do?
Yeah, and she's so big. And
How do you show that?
Because we know that she's big enough to take just a little good-natured ribbing.
But you know her show is not at the top of the
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
I don't pay attention
You're Mr. Television. You don't
I don't know that, no. I watch the show and I enjoy it, and I don't care how the ratings are.
There you are. Well, that's nice. Yeah. That's the kind of thing we want to hear from you a little bit.
And I'm hoping people at home will do the same for me.
And you probably have something nice to say about Joan Collins as well.
No, now see, Joan Collins crossed us.
How did she... So this is like a revenge.
It's a vendetta, yeah.
What did she do? She didn't show up?
What exactly did she do? It's
there
been so
you
long.
are, ladies and gentlemen.
It was something ugly. She came up to the office and slapped an intern around.
What's the matter with that? She's just being herself? No, she was actually very nice. But you can't do that.
Well, she's nice to you because you're a big star.
Well, she'd be nice to you because you're
this is when
you
we're
got
just...
a nice jacket.
Well,
it's all in the rhythm, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Let's just let Bob.
No, you can't do that. You can't really attack different people and not expect every so often. They sent me out here to say, like, go out there and answer for Eva Gabor because I heard you attacked Eva Gabor.
We didn't attack. The woman was sitting right here. We didn't attack her at all.
Well, behind their back is what I'm here for.
No. We attacked her right up front.
To their faces. That's fine because the person is here to say something to you. Exactly right.
Now, but see, a lot of people think that, but it's not true. There's no malice here. We're not doing... Are we, Paul?
No, absolutely not.
See, that's sincerity, ladies and gentlemen.
No malice.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your activities, shall we? Don't you want to talk about something you're involved in?
Only in regards to you.
All right, well...
I'm not really comfortable talking about myself. Only in relationship to you am I... because otherwise I'm a guy out here talking about myself, and I don't like to
You don't care for that?
No, I don't. Okay. I'm only out here to talk about you.
I understand that. I respect that.
You've seen me before, right? Yeah. On other shows?
By the way, that Heartbreak Kid is a very funny film. You're very funny in that. What are we doing? Oh, we have to do a thing here, don't we? Oh, excuse me 1 second. See, people spend money to buy advertising on this show, and they want me to hold up these props, but they don't pay me any extra, so I'm not holding them up anymore.
But you make enough, anyway.
So,
right?
Anyway, we have to do this, so I'll put this over here. Okay, good luck. Okay, go ahead.
This is the Magnavox Universal Remote for your Magnavox TV and virtually any VCR or cable system. Now that's control.
Charles Grodin, I don't know what that is here. The new miniseries Fresno debuted last night. People are all excited about it.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh, sure. You know me.
Yeah.
Now, what do you play in the show? It's a spoof, isn't it? It's a send-up.
It's a satire of Dallas and Dynasty and Knots Landing, and I patterned my character after you. And I think you'll understand it more after you see the film
We have a clip.
Yeah, so you see the clip, and then I'll explain what I mean when I say
Fresno is like the center of the raisin industry, is that true?
I'm a raisin baron, magnet, whatever you call that. Yeah. But I really patterned it after you.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, I can make the case for that. After you see the clip, you'll see that you're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I know who this guy
reminds me of Dave.
That reminds
Our
me
old
of
friend Dave.
That's right.
So it'll be a flattering portrayal.
Well, you can look at the clip and tell me what you think afterwards.
Charles Grodin, who else? Terry Garr is in this? Carol Burnett, a stellar
Terry
cast.
Garr and Gregory Harrison and a lot of Dabney Coleman.
Oh, so it should be very funny. And yourself.
And Eddie Steller.
Eddie Steller. Okay, here it is. It's a clip from Fresno on another network. Charles Grodin.
Morning, Mama.
That looks very funny.
It is.
Yeah.
It is funny. When I say I pattered after you,
that
I
was
mean,
just a joke.
No, it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who does anything, including having his brother arrested for murder to save his raisin empire. And I feel that you will do anything.
No, I'm not like that.
Anything.
No, I'm not.
Anything. You will say anything.
No.
You will do anything.
No,
do you ever feel bad about anything you do on this show? Do you ever attack anyone and then feel badly about it afterwards? What's over there?
Nothing. I'm just sort of shifting uncomfortably in my chair.
That's what I mean. The Kane Kensington, who I play, never feels badly about anything. He's sure he did the right thing. Do you ever feel badly about anybody you
attack? I feel badly.
Like
I mean,
what? What have you ever done that you regret?
Well, I guess booking you tonight, but other than that... No, that's just a cheap joke. That's a knee-jerk...
The truth hurts.
It's not true.
Jokes cover truth.
Now,
always.
I feel badly about making that little joke because now you're going to go ahead and spread it around that I'm nasty. But I'm not. I'm a very nice person. I'm trying really hard to be a nice person.
Well, it is hard for you.
It doesn't come easy to me.
It is.
I'm trying.
Because you didn't get enough attention as a child. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
In the
you remember
orphanage,
childhood?
it was difficult.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Thank you so much.
You're competing with the baby birds.
No, but you know, sometimes, Charles, when you're working in front of a live audience and the hot lights and the cameras and so forth,
you go for anything.
Well, sometimes,
right?
Yeah,
I understand that. I really do. I understand it.
But yeah, I don't want you to think I'm a creep. You think I'm a creep, don't you?
No, personally, as I know you personally in the green room and saying hello sometimes when I run into you, you're like you couldn't be. You're like a regular. You're wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I am like that. Thank you very much. God bless each and every one of you.
But you send a message out to a lot of people. Millions of young people think it's okay to like attack anybody.
No, now Charles, see now.
Is that okay? Is it okay to attack anybody or anything?
It's just comedy. We're just comedy.
Just comedy. Doesn't mean anything.
None of this counts. It's like watching cartoons on Saturday morning, which I know you do.
All right. Well, I do, and I'm not embarrassed to say that I do. I enjoy it.
Now,
none of this counts is the subtitle.
No, that's right. None of this counts. This is not exactly the nightly news.
That's what I say because people accuse me of attacking you.
No. See, I don't feel that you attacked me.
You didn't.
No.
Well, a lot of people have felt that I've attacked you.
I feel you and I could be close friends.
And I say that this is just. That's what I say. I said this is just for fun.
It's like wrestling. It's like professional wrestling.
That's what we're doing. We're wrestling.
That's right. It's chicken blood. It's not the real thing.
That's right. Yeah. Why, chickens don't have blood?
Well, no, chickens do, but I think sometimes...
Now you're attacking chickens?
Let's
My next guess.
No, we have to... I just want to make sure people know what you're up to.
What's the day today?
Fresno. Today is November 17th.
Right. Why would that get such a laugh?
I don't know.
You're never not show.
They're in a giddy mood. Yeah, they're just excited and...
We're on Fresno. The goal of CBS is to come up on its last night on Thursday night and beat Bill Cosby.
Oh, that would be
NBC.
Something. Well, last night it opened. It was a blockbuster.
It was huge. It was huge on Sunday night with its 2 hours, and Monday night we're in Monday night.
So
now.
we're right in the middle of it now, aren't we?
We're right in the middle. We're heading for Bill on Thursday night, and
the momentum. It looks like you're building.
Well, everyone wants to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. I do.
There's that sincerity again.
Well, no, now I have to make a transition here, and we have to thank you for being with us. And
well, I really. What is it? $450?
I don't know. What does he get for being here? $490.
Thanks.
$500.
I enjoyed it.
$500.
I enjoyed it.
Nice to see you again, Charles. We'll be back. Okay. It's the Michelob Light thrill cam. All right, well, a little music. Do we have time for this? Sure. Oh, my God. Unbelievably majestic. How lovely. Ken Moling, dancing waters. Now now that Liberace has passed, this is the only place you can see these dancing waters.
Well, we'll be bringing these dancing waters to Las Vegas.
We're just taking a garden hose with us. These are staying here.
These have got to stay.
But this, by the way, is the only place in Entertainment Today that you can... Isn't that a show, by the way, Entertainment Today? This is the only place you can see dancing waters anymore. Let's bring out our first guest and see if he can't beat some sense into all of us. He is a talented writer, actor, and director whose films include... Listen to this lineup, Paul. The Heartbreak Kid, one of my favorites, by the way, a fine film. Heaven Can Wait, and the upcoming Ishtar. Please welcome back to our show, Charles Grodin. Charles. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. How are you? Have a seat right there.
Oh, a woman.
Nice to have you here. You seem a little, I don't know, angry?
A woman backstage was saying she literally fell off her chair when you were saying all those funny things about Ishtar earlier. And, you know, literally fell off your chair means you fell off your chair.
Is it a redundancy to say that?
Well, it's a redundancy, but I said look it up in a dictionary because we got into a fight about it. I said, she just went, you said whatever. What did you say about Ishtar?
I'm not sure.
You don't want to say it in front of me, do you?
No, it's not that at all. I don't recall.
You think I'm going to come out here and you're going to attack Ishtar and I'm going to sit here and say, ha?
No, not at all.
What do you think is going to happen if you go out and say Ishtar cost all this money and it's probably not any good or anything?
I didn't say it was probably not.
You did a long pause.
Well,
in fact, I've seen Ishtar.
Oh, have you seen it?
And you haven't seen Ishtar,
no, I haven't
right?
Seen it.
So if anyone knows anything about Ishtar...
You would know.
I would know.
Oh, well, you're in it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Well, that's irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, what was the budget exactly, the final budget? Because it must have been...
Less than your salary. Well, let's put it like this. It wasn't that much more than Lee Iacocca's salary, which is $20 million. That's his yearly salary.
But now, in all fairness, $20 million is not outrageous for a film these days, is it?
No.
All right. And it was you and Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman and...
Isabella Johnny.
Isabella Johnny.
Right, who's a frequent guest on your show.
I think she's been here once.
Has she, really?
She ever been here?
No, she wouldn't come here.
No, she hadn't been here.
No, but I'm curious. You're a guy that, like, knows his way around a little bit. You come out there and you think you're going to, like, knock Ishtar, and I'm going to sit here and let you do that, right?
Well, no, I wasn't really knocking it, Charles.
What were you doing?
I was speculating that perhaps with all of that money and with all of those big stars that maybe the film...
You know what Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman together get what Eddie Murphy gets? Did you know that? Right? Does anybody care that Eddie Murphy makes that much money? I don't care. Because he's so funny, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Does anybody look at Eddie Murphy and say, God, why do they pay him that much? Nobody cares, right? It's not like if they didn't give it to him, we get it, right? So nobody cares.
But doesn't it seem like to you, Charles, that sometimes there is an indirect relationship between the amount of money and the number of important stars involved in a film?
Not in this case.
Yeah.
Because it's a good movie. They worked on it 2 years, and you have some of the most talented people in...
But wasn't it supposed to be ready by Christmas?
Wasn't it supposed to be ready at Christmas? Yes, it was supposed to be ready.
So what happened?
It wasn't ready.
Well, it wasn't ready?
It wasn't ready. So people saw other movies at Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Now they get to see this at
I know,
May.
but if that
isn't the most important thing is how good is this movie?
Well, yeah, but you see, if you're in a restaurant and you order a meal, and the waiter comes over and says, I'm sorry, it'll take a couple of months more before we get you...
Did you?
That could be a sign.
Did you plan to go see Ishtar at Christmas? You had your whole life planned toward it? Right. I don't think that analogy really worked. I mean, the main point is...
I disappointed not only myself, but I flew my mom in to see it and everything.
When you and I aren't even on the air, this movie's going to be shown to people. That's
a classic.
That's how good it is.
Yeah,
it really is.
Now, do you want to run down the plot for us?
No. No, it's a very good movie.
Very good movie. Tell us what you play in the film.
I don't want to tell you what I don't want to tell you.
What is?
I don't have a film clip. You know, I'm not even showing.
Didn't even bring a film clip.
I'm not here to sell.
That's how good this film is, huh?
It does not need me to
word
sell
of mouth,
Ishtar.
right through the roof.
Honestly, they've had 3 sneak previews. I was at one of them. You know when they say it went through the roof?
Well, yeah.
It did. It went through the roof.
People go crazy.
It went through the roof.
Yeah.
And to repair the roof when the screening was over.
What about some insight during the filming? Any
insight?
Insight. Any trouble on the set? Any friction? Any spats? Any quarrels?
What about some insight backstage at Dave Letterman?
Well, yeah, but...
Any quarrels, any trouble, what happens behind the scenes
but
here,
see,
really?
we do one of these shows every night of the week. This is like 2 years in the making.
Right.
So, and you have
And you expect me to come on and trash it?
Oh, I didn't say trash it at all. No, I think we're all...
You know why it took 2 years?
Why is
because
that?
people worked so hard on it. Seriously,
Yeah.
That's why. Because Elaine May and Dustin Hoffman...
Elaine May directed The Offering?
And wrote it.
Mm-hmm. Wrote it as well.
And it takes a lot of time because it's worth it. George Stevens used to spend a year editing a movie.
Yeah.
But then people look at Giant or A Place in the Sun or some of those movies, and they don't say, what did that cost or how long did he work on it? They just say, how good is it? And this is quite extraordinary.
Now, you seem just a little defensive about this. Just a little...
I know. These are my friends, you know. If somebody attacked you, I would defend you.
I'm not attacking anyone.
What are you doing?
I'm querying you.
You're querying me.
Querying you.
Querying me.
Querying you.
Is that a verb? You're not saying that you're a...
No, Charles.
Well, who queries?
You query somebody. It's a query, yeah. You can do that. Oh, stop it. Now you're making me sick. I don't want to even... Now, but tell us about the relationship between Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman. Was it electric?
Are you going to make fun of Warren and Dustin after I'm gone? Somebody showed me that you're going to do something, attack them after I'm gone.
We're not attacking anyone.
You're just querying.
Querying anybody.
One of the movies terrific. You go, you have a great time, as I believe you will. I'm sure you will.
I'll be Mr. First Snyder. I'll be there.
Believe me. It's
if I can get a screening,
It's very fun. Not a screening. You have to go and pay. There's a lot of money to be made on this picture.
Yeah. Well, what do you play? What is your part? Now they're like a song and dance team, right? Comedy team or something.
They're a mediocre song and dance team that either can get booked in Honduras or Morocco, and they choose to get booked in Morocco because there are death squads in Honduras. So they go to Morocco where it's safe. Ishtar is Morocco, and that's what Ishtar is.
Contemporary offering? Is that what we have?
Yes, it's a contemporary offering. So they go there because it's safe, and then all breaks loose.
Hell breaks loose, yeah. Then the fun begins.
And the fun begins.
Is it a madcap farce?
It's a realistic comedy. It's kind of like a modern day Bing and Bob Road to Morocco.
Very perfect. Now, see, if you'd mentioned that up front, I think people would know what's in store.
But then what would he have talked about all this time if I'd have said that right away? It's a very strong picture.
Strong picture, yeah.
I mean, it'll come out and beat anybody who knocks it.
Yeah. Screwball comedy?
No. It's funny. It's funny, but maybe more important, it's moving.
Moving. Oh, moving.
Yeah, it's a moving picture.
Do you think it has a shot at being the feel-good hit of the season?
I think it is.
It is the feel-good hit.
I think it is. Is that actually that is what it is. That is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get on the phone as soon as I leave here.
And have mentioned
Copy Ishtar, the feel-good
hit of the season.
No, it's a very, very strong comedy.
All right.
What does strong mean to you?
Something that's satisfying artistically and commercially.
That's right.
All right, we'll pause here and we'll come back to continue. Do you think you could have your friends Warren and Dustin come over one night to be on the show?
I'm sure they'd love to.
It'd be great to have them here.
I'm sure it would.
Wouldn't that be exciting?
They're probably on their way right now.
Oh, really? Well, we're in
here before the show goes off the air.
All right, well, thank you.
They're dying.
But when you see them, mention that to them.
Ah, yes, I will. It's the first thing I'll say.
Yeah. Do you have any pets at home?
No, I don't.
You live here in Manhattan, I know?
Yeah, I do.
You don't have any pets?
No,
you like pets? Do you like animals?
I know about pets.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I read a survey with the 5 most popular pets. You do a lot of pet.
I love animals. Sure, I have pets.
So you should know. What do you think the 5 most popular pets are in this country?
In order of popularity?
If you want.
Let's see. Owl would be number 1.
No, seriously.
Dogs
dogs
cats,
are first.
Birds,
Birds, that's
and
right.
flying squirrels. I don't know.
No, what do you think of that? You had the dogs, cats, birds,
fish.
Fish or
fish.
What's the fifth?
Turtles.
No.
Hamsters. There you go, hamsters.
No.
Gerbils?
No.
What do you got?
Turtles! No. I love how people get into this.
Sure.
No. Mice.
Mice. Well, I think we could accept hamsters because they're in the rodent family.
No, mice. But the who's that up there behind the counter up there? Look at that. Look at that guy up there.
I don't know.
Look at that. There's a guy up behind the bookshelf.
Well, he's with the staff. That's all right.
Is he?
He's part of the
you?
crew. Yeah, he's with us.
No, look at that. You should get a shot at that
no,
guy.
we did.
It's very creepy to see.
No, it's not creepy.
It's a bookshelf. There's a guy sitting on top of a bookshelf with a camera.
That's all right. He works here. He's supposed to.
He does?
Yeah, it's part of our show.
Yeah. Mice.
Mice
are the fifth. But the snake lobby argues that a lot of those mice aren't pets. They're just there.
Oh, they're just there to feed snakes?
No, they're just there, so they shouldn't count as the fifth most popular pet.
Oh, I see. They just inhabit the house regardless.
But the mice people say they're pets.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah. There's
a big rivalry between the mice and the pets and the snakes, which is the fifth most popular pet.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
That's what's mostly on my mind.
The rivalry between these two factions.
That's right. The snake lobby is strong, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know any of this.
The snakes have a lobby in Washington.
Really?
Yes.
What do they call those?
Snake lobby.
Snake lobby.
Yeah.
But what do they call the study of reptiles? Isn't there?
God, I don't know. I've been in Morocco for a long time. Really. What do they call the study of reptiles?
Well, I don't know.
I prepared for this, but I wasn't ready for that question.
Sorry.
What do they call the study? What do they call the study of reptiles?
Well, I don't know. Like the study of fish is
you sure that guy's with you?
Ichthyology, study of fish.
That's a study of ichthyology. You know why I know that?
Why is that?
Because they asked me to be in Jaws, the part that Richard Dreyfuss
An ichthyologist.
played. And I said, what's the part? I said, an ichthyologist. Come on. Honestly, that's true.
You could have had the Richard Dreyfuss part?
I was offered the Richard Dreyfuss part, but I said, what is it? It's an ichthyologist. He's studying fish.
Yeah.
I said, well, who's the director? He's Steven Spielberg. You know what he had done? He had directed a picture called Sugarland Express at that time.
He'd also done Duel before that, too.
So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any regrets about not having?
Well, that's why I'm here.
Except now.
I mean, when's the last time Richard Dreyfuss came out here?
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Richard Dreyfuss has not been on the show.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're awfully good-natured about it.
Well, what can you do?
Okay, now let's get back to it. It opens up when? Ishtar.
You know something? It opens May 15th.
May 15th, right around the corner.
It opens right here in this studio. We're preempting you.
Taking it right to TV.
We're taking it right. No. No, it's you want to be in Morocco and Casablanca and you're a lot of places. It's a very
big movie.
I didn't come on here to plug this movie, but if you ask my opinion of it, I'll tell you.
It's going to be a big movie. You said strong.
It's a very funny, good comedy.
Yeah. The feel-good hit of the season, I understand.
That's what they say.
Charles Grodin, ladies and gentlemen. Charles, shake my hand. We got applause.
Robert De Niro does the shooting.
Don't move, I'll shoot you right through the glass.
Charles Grodin does the complaining.
This is not good.
They're the best friends.
Glad to see me.
That ever wanted to kill each other.
You get it started, and I'll run you over.
From the director of Beverly Hills Cop.
Under different circumstances, probably still would have hated each other.
Midnight Run, rated R. Special sneak preview Saturday night.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Melons, melons, melons. Our first guest tonight is a talented writer, director, and actor. His latest film, in which he co-stars with Robert De Niro, by the way, is called Midnight Run. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program, Charles Grodin. always a delight to have you here. Thank you very much, Charles Grodin. Hi. How are you? You know, before you begin, I want to point out, I like you, and I always like you in the films you do. Because,
you do?
Yeah, because it seems to me the last few times you've been here, you've been a little testy.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure, go ahead.
Why were you in makeup so long I couldn't get into makeup?
I have a little thing I do in there every day.
You have 2 red dots in the corner of your eyes. Is that something to do to the writer's strike?
No, I don't have dots in my eyes.
You have little dots to bring out your nose better.
I don't have dots anywhere. Now stop that.
You have a little white line right under this part of your eye.
I couldn't
get into makeup tonight. He was in makeup for 45 minutes.
I wasn't in there for 45 minutes. I was in there from 5 o'clock to what time did I get out?
5:20 to 6.
5:20. I go in there and I visit with my little friends.
Your little friends?
Yeah, little friends. We visit.
Who are your little friends?
Well, I don't want to name them because maybe they wouldn't like to be known as my little friends.
Are they?
But they're
humans?
paid handsomely. Well, of course, they're humans, yeah.
You refer to humans as your little friends?
Well, no, these are people that I know and love.
Mm-hmm. Little people.
Not little people, they're just people.
Just people.
Why don't you do your makeup at home before you come in, damn it?
I did. I needed a touch-up.
So, are you mad at anybody tonight?
Well, Ann Miller is my stepmother.
I had nothing to do with that.
You called her a bonehead. And she's actually very self-conscious. She does have a large bone in the back of her head. And she has concealed that with her hairdos for years, and you nailed her on national television as a bonehead.
True.
She's tap dancing for 50 years now, and you call her a bonehead.
I did. It was an unfortunate coincidence. I called the other guy a bonehead.
Who?
I don't know who he was. One of
the advisor to Dukakis, a lovely man.
With the purple jacket. With the purple jacket, he's dressed like an usher.
Why do you have a need to attack people?
I'm not attacking anyone. Now let's talk about.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah. Now they tell me in this film.
You have 2 red dots in the corner of your eyes.
Do I have dots in my eyes?
Oh no, that's your eye. It's the bloodshot in your eyes at that corner.
You know, I have carpet worms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
One night, out of my carpet, worms started appearing.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But I think it's the heat drawing them up out of the wood.
Well, there was someone living in your house for a while, wasn't there?
I have carpet worms. Did I mention that? That's for editing purposes. So now they tell me in this movie, I of course have not had a chance to see it.
Who told you?
My people.
Your people. Your little people?
No, not the little people.
No, not the bigger people.
It's the bigger people.
Oh, I see.
They tell me that this movie is great and that you're, as always, terrific in it. Now, what happens if, as a result of this film, you become a really big star? Wouldn't that be?
Why do you?
Wouldn't that be exciting?
Why do you think they laughed at that?
Because they sense that I have made some kind of awkward remark that I should be embarrassed for, and I am.
What is it? Worms come out of your rug? It wasn't that.
No, I don't know what it was.
What happens if I become a
huge star? You know, like a really, not that you're not a star
Well, let's
already.
define who I am right now before we answer that question. How do you see me right now?
I see you as...
Is your chair higher than mine still after all these years?
No, I'm just a bigger guy.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Well, that explains it.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying that if suddenly you became, huge the way that...
because of this movie?
Yeah.
And what's the
bigger than you are.
Bigger than I am.
Wouldn't that be fun? Was the question.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Wouldn't it be fun, yeah. You wouldn't have to come on this show
I wouldn't
anymore.
have to come on this show.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be fun. No, there's a negative aspect, too, because this is a picture that people are saying that it's a great picture and that anything could happen to the people
De Niro.
In it. He may actually get work after this.
Yeah.
There's a negative side to it. Seriously, if a picture does hit and you go up higher and become a... Well, I wouldn't come here.
Yeah.
I'd have to get, I have a dog. Your dog is Bob, right?
Yeah.
I have a dog who's a mutt that I'd have to get a more expensive pet.
No.
You do. No. Really,
true.
really big movie stars don't have mutts. They have like, I have an Irish wolfhound now on approval.
On approval? What does that mean?
Well, they give me the dog if the movie is a huge hit. Then I can, because you have to have, if people come over to a big stars, they expect to see an expensive dog over there. And I don't like the dog. I like my dog.
Well, yeah, you should.
But
just
I'll have to go with the expensive dog, though.
Now, see, I think that's a mistake and perhaps indicates a really deep-seated character flaw.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You've never been a big star in the movies. There are no
Never
big
been a
stars.
big star
no,
anywhere.
you're a very big star. Very late at night when no one's up. No, you are. You are.
No one's up. And no one's up. No one's up.
Paul Newman doesn't have a cheap dog. I'll tell you that right now.
You know, I met Paul Newman. You know Paul Newman?
Come on.
No, I did.
Come on. You don't have to do that with me. I like you anyway.
He was very nice.
Was he?
Yeah,
really?
very nice.
I'm sure he was.
We have to do a commercial. Yeah. And then we'll be right back here with Charles Grodin. Welcome back to the program. Charles Grodin is here. Carol Leifler will be joining us later. And we have the woman who is the first female Boy Scout leader in the world.
That's marvelous.
Were you a scout?
No, I was a woman, though.
Well, that's odd.
Jeez, really?
In all the research, I didn't come across that.
Well, have you always been what you are?
More or less.
Really?
Yeah. You want to show a clip of your movie or not?
Are you going to see this movie? Or are you going to just say people told me?
No, I'll see it. But I don't think it's not even out yet, is it?
No, but you get invitations to you're on the inside as VIP.
I received no invitation.
You didn't, right?
I did not.
Well, I think I asked them not to invite you.
Well, see, it's your own darn fault.
No, this is we can show a clip of this movie. This one we can show a clip of. This is.
Give me that thing you just put in your pocket. I'll describe this movie for people who don't know. You and Robert Redford, though, you and Robert De Niro, would be enough to go see the movie. Let me read this. Here's the movie, described by director Martin Beverly Hills Cop Brest. Marty. Probably called him Marty on the set, didn't you?
Well, I've met him.
Yeah. As an action buddy comedy drama.
Careful.
No. What do you mean careful?
Well, you just look like you're about to say something insulting.
That's the way I was born. I'm sorry. Action buddy comedy drama. Is that how you would assess the film?
No. No.
Well, how would you describe it?
I would call it an action buddy comedy drama.
See? All right, well, let's take a look at it here.
You really need a setup for this clip,
sure,
but I don't know what it is, so
what's the clip?
Put it on.
Helicopter chase.
Uh-oh. I don't know. I had to put it on. It speaks for itself.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, how long is this clip, Hal?
107.
Good,
107.
Good, let's rest.
Okay, here we go. A helicopter. That's what? Sure. That looks pretty good, huh? It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty entertaining. I'd go see that movie. Where was that scene shot?
This is the best movie I've ever been in. Seriously.
Is that right?
Yeah, it really is. It's the best part I've ever had, and it's the best movie I've ever been in. I'm only sorry that you're not in it. You could use a hit right around now.
Sure, yeah.
With the writer's strike and everything, it wouldn't hurt you to be in Midnight Run,
exactly.
a special guest appearance by David Letterman.
Yeah, on the marquee. Maybe not even on the marquee, but on the credits.
People would get up to watch the show if they saw you in this.
It's very generous of you to make that kind of offer.
No, it's over. It's too late.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Where did you shoot that particular scene?
We shot that in Arizona, but we filmed the movie in New York and Chicago and Michigan and Arizona and Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New Zealand.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
You didn't go to New Zealand.
We did. We went to New Zealand to do. We did. We went to New Zealand. We did.
You've never been to New Zealand.
I've been to New Zealand.
I was in it.
All right, we didn't.
I knew.
We didn't.
And how was De Niro to work with?
I never met Bob De Niro.
No, was it?
You know, I'm such a big fan. I would have loved to have met him, but I
didn't get around to it.
I never met him.
That's
We were
too
so
bad.
busy making the
sure.
movie, we never had time to say hello.
Yeah, the shooting schedule was probably murder, wasn't it?
It really was. And you know, he's a great actor, and I really look forward to meeting him if we work again.
Hey, you're a great actor.
All right.
All right. Nice to see you, Charles. We got to go. Have a good summer. Charles Grodin. We'll be right back.